Hi, I am Dr. R. Palanivel, Professor and Head. I have been working as a Professor and Head for past 25 years. Today, I would like to handle the topic about estimation of hardness in water by EDTA method. But we know that water is an universal solvent. It is used for all sort of applications in industries, domestic purpose, etc., etc. But we cannot use the raw water directly because it contains lot of impurities. Then how can we remove all sort of impurities in water by using some chemical treatment or some instrumental treatment? As far as water treatment is concerned, first of all we should find out how much amount of hardness is present in water. Then only based on that we can adopt some technical methods to treat the water to remove the salts present in it. So by using this EDTA method, we can find out the amount of hardness present in water. Based on that, we can adopt the methods to remove the hardness present in water. Normally, there are two types of hardness present in water, namely temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness, which consist of salts such as bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. As far as permanent hardness is concerned, sulfates and carbonates of calcium and magnesium are responsible. Before we move to the EDTA method, what are the chemicals required for that experiment? So in this experiment, we need EDTA substance, EBT indicator, buffer solution and calcium carbonate. Okay, what is the principle involved in this method? It is simple ion exchange principle. What is simple ion exchange principle? Here the bivalent metal ions such as calcium and magnesium are normally present in water, which make hardness in it. These bivalent metal ions are simply represented as M2+. When it is treated with indicator, it forms a bind red color unstable complex. Then again it is treated against EDTA solution. The free indicator is liberated from the unstable complex. Then metal EDTA stable complex is obtained. This is the simple principle of this experiment. But as far as this experiment is concerned, we should maintain the pH between 8 and 10. Then only this calcium and magnesium are tracked out by the EDTA. This is the principle of this experiment. Then this is the structure of EDTA. CH2, CH2, N, CH2, CO, Na. This is the structure of EDTA, whose molecular weight is 372. So approximately 37.2 gram is dissolved in liter of water, but it is sparingly soluble in water because the salt is made up of covalent bonds. At least we should make it as partially ionic bond. When it is treated with sodium hydroxide, then only it will become a partially ionic bonded compound. After that, we can dissolve in water. The two partially dissolve in water. So we have to standardize this solution by using some standard solutions such as calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, exactly 1 gram of calcium carbonate is dissolved in distilled water and used for the standardization of EDTA. First procedure is standardization of EDTA. In this case, 20 ml of standard hard water, what we have prepared, calcium carbonate in water is taken in a clean conical flask. After that, we have add a buffer solution to maintain the pH 8 and 10. Then followed by the addition of 3 or 4 drops of iriochrome black indicator. Now the solution turns to bind red color, which is unstable complex due to the formation of metal and calcium metal ion and the indicator. Then it is titrated against EDTA. Gradually the EBT ions are replaced by EDTA. Finally the calcium and EDTA stable complex is formed. Finally the free indicator is liberated whose color is steel blue color. This is the end point of this titration. Let the volume of VDTA VML. Then repeat the titration till the concordant values are obtained. Second step, estimation of total hardness. In this case, instead of the standard hard water, we should take the sample water whose hardness to be determined. So in this case, 20 ml of sample water is taken in a clean conical flask. After that, we have to add half teaspoon of buffer solution followed by 2 or 3 drops of EBT indicator. Then the flask is titrated against EDTA solution till the steel blue color is obtained. Let the volume of EDTA be V1 ml. Again, we have to do the titration till the concordant values are obtained. Third one, estimation of permanent hardness. In this case, we should take the 50 ml of sample water in a beaker. Then the beaker is allowed to boil for few minutes to remove the temporary hardness. After that, the water is allowed to cool to room temperature. Then it is filtered by using filter paper and funnel. The collections are collected in the standard measuring flask. After that, the flask's SMF is standard measuring flask is filled by using pure distilled water till the mark present in the SMF. From which we have to take 20 ml of boiled off sample water in a clean conical flask. Then the aforesaid procedure is repeated to get the concordant value. Finally, estimation of temporary hardness. Based on the above estimations of total hardness and permanent hardness, we can calculate the temporary hardness. How? The temporary hardness can be calculated from the deduction of permanent hardness from total hardness, then only we can get the estimation of temporary hardness. By using this technique, we can find out the amount of hardness present in water. Based on that, we can adopt some treatments to treat the water.